Okay, yeah, let's take his call. Caller, if you'll just give your question, then we can hear you. Just give your question, and then I'll answer it. You might want to take it off the air if your connection is that bad. Go ahead.
My connection wasn't bad. Actually, I got disconnected from you after waiting for quite a period of time.
Okay, so anyway, what's your name? What's your name and where are you calling? You're calling from Denver, Colorado?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what's your name?
Larry.
Larry, what's your question?
So let me ask something here. So, people want to make a difference in this world, right?
That is.
And you are trying to do something different. So what I am proposing and asking, in May, I want nothing. I don't want my name to be known or anything, but it's like I obviously know a lot of people. But it's like anyone want to walk for 2 weeks and try to do something to help the world. You guys talk a lot about this stuff, but it's like, does anyone want to do it?
Well, what are you talking about? Walking, doing what?
Just being, talking to people about all the stuff that you guys all talk about. I've listened to Sean David Morton, Roxy Lopez, for years and years and years. And, like, you guys are all, like, trying to do the right thing. So what about just walking for a couple weeks with backpacks, a little bit of money, and YouTube, and you guys you guys just listen. I don't even want my name even, I'm a photographer, a video guy. I can give you my information, and you'll find me on everything. I don't want my name really well known. But anyway, so it's like, let's see. There's a lot of people out there who want to do something. You guys talk a lot, but let's, is anyone willing to walk a couple weeks?
Well, listen, Terral.
And
Terral would have to walk.
And, there's a lot of people who want this.
I know, but just hear me out. Terral would probably have to walk for a year or more to talk to more people than he's talking to right now. I don't know if you know that.
Well, just think about this. I grew up in a small town. You can walk and be taken care of in small towns, not big towns. Big towns, people don't respond the same way as small towns, okay? But if you put this on the air and, you make this, let everybody know, what you do is you do this like Forrest Gump, people will join you. You put 2 or 3 or 4 people together. Isn't that better than just talking on a radio and saying, like Roxy Lopez, and it's like, I don't want to, Sonia Grace. They talk to like, they want to walk the earth and this and that. And what's funny, I actually wrote an email to my sister, and you cannot give my name or email out to anybody, and it's like, I wrote that same thing. It's like, well, then let's all do it. Let's spend 2 weeks.
Okay, well, let me tell you why you can't do it. Do you have ID on you?
Yeah.
You do. Where are you from?
Colorado, Denver.
Okay, and so you're in Oklahoma and walking now. What are you doing in Oklahoma? Why are you walking?
What?
Are you a terrorist? Why are you walking around everywhere? If you're from Colorado, why isn't your ass back in Colorado? I'm a cop. You come into my town, you walk into my town, I want to know what you're doing. You're a terrorist.
What? I'm not in Oklahoma.
If you were walking in Oklahoma, if you walk through a small town in Oklahoma or Tennessee or Kentucky, I want to know what the hell you're doing.
What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is you have no idea the true reality of the world we're in. You think you can just walk around or hitchhike or go back in the 60s like Forrest Gump and just be like free love and let me tell you about my knowledge and, give me some lemonade alongside the road and I'm biking the country. Those days are over, buddy. I want to see what the hell's in your backpack. Do you smoke weed?
No.
Now you're starting to get it. You're starting to...
Okay, if I could interject just a little bit. Thank you for your question, by the way. Because it's kind of directed at me, and do I want to bring a movement to this walking? And no, I don't, actually. I don't swim the English Channel because it's there, climb a mountain because it's there, walk for no reason. Then there's actually a strategy behind what I'm doing, and this is the sharing part. The other part is the research. Now, I'm a researcher. That's what I am. I'm a Bible guy, actually. Yeah. And I ran across this investigation after 9/11. I think it's important. And there's something happening here. I think it's the master key that explains everything, actually. I'm on the case, and I'm sharing what's going on with these listeners so that they can become more aware, so they can identify a threat that I see coming pretty close to us now, and they can prepare for it, contingency planning, and execute it on time. And I'm not just sitting here. I moved from Florida to Arkansas. I have a safe zone location there. I've done digging in the cave. I got a cavern with the cavern owner, with the Mug Survival Group, with food in it, with shotguns and all kinds of stuff. I've been working on the project for the last 2 years in increasing the produce from the garden, showing them how to move the tomato plants up on trellises to get away from the local disease that's there. So there's all facets of my research, and it does include some sitting around, doing some research, but it includes doing a lot of other things too. So, but what you're doing, what you're trying to suggest, it might be a good idea for somebody. It's just not really for me.
Yeah, but isn't it good for the community?
Well, maybe.
For those that are not, I mean, it's like I have food, but it's like I don't know where this guy's coming from, Oklahoma, but I'm not from Oklahoma. I never said anything about Oklahoma.
No, Larry, let me talk for a minute. Let me just ask you this one question.
Okay.
Do you know about the reptilian-human hybrids among us that rule over us? Do you know about that?
Yes.
Right. Well, then if you were to know about that, then you would know that there's no more walking around going to one little town like Johnny Appleseed. Those days are over.
We gotta try.
Your ass will end up in jail. And then probably a reptilian human hybrid judge will throw you in his damn prison, and then you'll be a slave.
Why? Because I'm walking with people?
No, because you think that you can walk around and just spread these kind of ideas, and they're not going to put up with that. I can tell you that right now. You're talking to a guy who's been locked up like 26 times, all illegally, just for passing letters out in my own little city town that I was in, repeatedly. This is how it works.
Wow.
Yes, that's how bad it is. It's very dark. So Terral he's affecting more people right now. Besides that, Terral doesn't really believe that the ignorant masses should have this type of knowledge. If you would, I can let Terral speak for himself, but I already know what he believes. Terral basically, in a way, he's like an elitist. If you're not smart enough, or if you're not willing to open your mind up or really seek the truth out, then the hell with you. Let you die with the rest of the ignorant people. But if you're smart enough and you seek it out, okay, then you're worthy to survive. He's got kind of a strange code like that too. So, I mean, he's not in favor of just letting, all the people in all the cities know at once. I mean, I don't even think I would do that. If I could wave a magic wand right now at this time and juncture and say the whole world would be woke up to the truth of what's going on, it would be anarchy. I mean, I don't think I would do it.
Well, what did Christ say? He's a good teacher. I'll tell you what he said. He says, enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction. And there are many that enter through it. For the gate is small and the way is narrow that leads to life. And there are few that find it. And hijackers are going to be right. I'm here for the few. There's only few that are going to respond. The rest of the people are on their own.
Can I say something?
Well, sure.
He also said, he who believes this in me can do all things that I can do and even more.
Well, what we're talking in this particular subject matter, I don't think...
You don't think that pertains to this subject matter? Seriously?
I don't think...
I actually don't think that's a quote, if you know where it's at.
No, it is a quote. It's he who believes in me can do all things that I can do even more. It's absolutely in the Bible. Are you kidding?
I don't know if that included stopping a black dwarf star coming through our solar system.
I know the Bible pretty well. And it also says about he who can move mountains. You can move mountains as I can do if you just believe in me.
Well, I agree with that.
I do know this. The phrase that I chose, who believes this in me can do all that I can do and even more, I think it's from Matthew.
Right. Well, can I speak for a minute there?
I think it's from Matthew.
Right. Can I speak for a minute?
Yes.
Okay. Flipping a mountain over, in which if I get any more in despair, that's my next step is to try to figure out, basically to have faith to be able to do that. But flipping the mountain over is one thing. Stopping a brown dwarf star or a black dwarf star coming through our solar system, I don't think anybody on the earth is going to have that kind of faith. It also says, he who's got ears to hear, let him hear. So, anyways, I
clear that up a little bit. I'm actually a Bible scholar.
I believe what you guys are saying.
Right. Do you have another question for Terral?
Yeah. What do you think the future is really going to hold for us? Because we can't lose faith and we can't deny what's going on. And therefore, we have to proceed in a way that we can help people, okay? And most people don't want to. I get why he gets so frustrated, because he has to listen to this all the time. But how do we proceed where we can try to help out? I mean, no one's going to...
If you want to ask a question, ask a question. If you want to make a point, then just sit here and make a point. What's your question?
How do we proceed? All right.
Okay. What's going to happen is a lot of people are going to die. They're going to be destroyed. Okay. Because that's what they deserve. But some of the children of light, we're going to give the message, and those that accept it, but it's going to be the few. Your mountain teaching is actually reversed of what you're thinking. He says, because of the littleness of your faith, this is Matthew 17, verse 20, because of the littleness of your faith, truly I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move, and it'll go there. He didn't expect mountains are going to move. He was telling them that they had no faith. Zero. The word faith does not appear in the Gospel of John once. There's no faith in the Old Testament. There's no Hebrew or Aramaic term that is translated into faith more than once in the Old Testament. The reason is because the faith is inside of Jesus. It had to be milled out for us at Calvary. That's the reason why. There's no faith. They didn't have any faith, zero faith. But the answer to about what's going to happen is prophecy says what's going to happen. It says that there's somebody that's coming and that he's going to restore all things. And it says that those that do not obey, that heed his warnings, that heeds his words, are going to be utterly destroyed from among the people. So just ask yourself, if Hi-Jacker or you or me, or if we are this person and we're warning people and they don't heed, who's going to listen in the whole world?
Yep.
The whole world is under delusion. They think that planes crashed into the Pentagon. They think that a 100-ton jetliner crashed into the Pentagon. They think that a 100-ton jetliner crashed into the empty field at Shanksville. It did not happen. There's an empty field there. There's no plane. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
now, how
I understand.
Those people believe such nonsense. The tail number of Flight 77 N644AA never been assigned to American Airlines jet ever. So how do the lettered agencies get away with these lies whenever they murdered the people on those manifests? Those were people murdered. Those are Hughes Raytheon employees. 41% of the people killed on 9/11 were from two companies, the people that had to be killed to keep the cover up. All right. Now, the word explosions does not appear in the 9/11 Commission report even once. 585 pages. Not even one time does the word explosions appear, nor in the Arlington County After Action report. 215 pages. I know because I keyworded those documents too, like the Bible. Now, how is it possible to give me two sworn government documents that do not even have the word explosions once when 9/11 had so many explosions? It's impossible. The contradictions in the reports themselves. When did Flight 77 crash into the Pentagon? Was it 9:32, like the FAA terror chronology says? Was it 9:31:39, like the Navy clock says? Was it 9:38, like the Arlington County After Action report says? Was it 9:37:46, like the 9/11 Commission report? They're all different times, but it had to happen at one time. This is like our interpretations of the Bible. There's 3,000 denominations and one truth, because this whole place is filled with lies and liars and murderers and thieves, and they're called heroes. So whenever we're going to live in a world that is filled with lies and nobody accepts the truth, when it's given to them on a silver platter, they end up destroyed. And that's what we're going to see whenever this finally shakes out. The day of the Lord is going to start by a terraforming of this planet, and everybody living near the coast is going to die, because that's what happens. You can't say when. The day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night. We don't know when. This thing that's coming from space is coming like a thief in the night. Like Hi-Jacker's saying, it can be right on top of us and we can't see it. Because I think it's a black dwarf star. Nobody's ever seen one before.
Listen, Larry, good luck on finding your new mission, but you probably need to do a little bit more research.
Okay.
But don't grab a backpack and just think you can walk down the road. You will be stopped.
I just want to try to help a little bit, but I've listened to you actually quite a bit, and I actually know a lot of people really respect you.
Well,
you have a lot of fact out there.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything more for Terral? Because this is kind of his deal, his time.
You know what? You've kind of given me some information, and but we got to continue to try to help each other. I mean, seriously. I mean, just because I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world means we still have to help the others, right?
Well, one thing you could do, Larry, you could get some Revolution Radio bumper stickers with freedom slips on it .com, and you could just go around and you could just spend your time just throwing bumper stickers on people's cars and parking lots. I mean, that would get a lot of listenerships. They let Nighthawk maintain this station just because they track Like, for instance, everybody listening to this program right now, whether you know it or not, they know you're listening.